Okay, we are live. Is everyone just go ahead and say when you're there? I'm already there.
I'm here.
Yeah. Yes.
Perfecto. I'll read number
Excellent.
three. So number 3, the symbol for the true population proportion is which of the following? Is it not? Is it the p hat? Is that what I remember?
No, p hat is a statistic. The true is always unornamented.
It's always what?
Unornamented,
So it's just p.
or it's normally unornamented. Everything we've experienced so far has been unornamented.
Is that B?
C. I'll read question 4. The requirements for constructing a confidence interval are satisfied. I have true.
Yep.
And as far as I can tell, the requirement is the same.
True. Yes. For number 5.
A study of the first-degree murders trials were
For both
consisted
these.
in their state. A random sample of 60 people on trial first-degree murder was taken. Of these, 45 of the defendants were found guilty.
All right, pause real quick. I froze and didn't hear you guys. So for questions 4 and 5, are the requirements test the same?
That's what I put, that they were both true.
Right, but the requirements for constructing, is it the same requirement? NP and N times P minus 1, or 1 minus P.
Let me see.
Because that's what I think I got, but it seems really redundant to have to do it twice.
That's true. I'm pulling up my textbook to verify what I did.
Okay, I see the difference. So the confidence interval requires us to use p hat instead of p. And the hypothesis test requires p, or true mean.
That is correct.
Okay.
It's under section 4.
Yep. All right. Sorry, Brad. Continue.
It's fine. A study of the first-degree murder trials were conducted in their state. A random sample of 60 people on trial first-degree murder was taken. Of these, 45 of the defendants were found guilty. Find the P discriminating point estimate percentage of the first-degree murder defendants who are found guilty in this state. Round to the 3 decimal places. Because I know it's like the square root of 60 and 45. Do we take the questions, the next 2?
So to find p hat, you just use your sample of true over your complete sample size. And so it would be 45 over 60, which would be 0.750 for question 6.
Because I thought we had to square root 60. That's wrong.
Are you Are you guys using the Excel sheet to get that? I'm just making sure you guys are doing the same thing.
No, I'm using that it tells us that the
Just so you know, it will.
gives us the equation right there.
Right. Just so you know as well, though, it does have that all in the Excel spreadsheet.
How to do it. Sorry, what was that? I cut out again.
So it does show that in its Excel spreadsheet what you should do.
Okay. Let's open up my Excel again.
Number 7. Create a 95% confidence interval for the true proportion of first-degree murder trials in this state. The verdict is guilty. Input your answers for the margin of error, lower bound and upper bound. Determine the margin of error for this 95% confidence interval. So for this one, again, this is why I use Excel. So the margin of error, does it not tell me the margin of error? Are you using the formula m equals z times the square root of p times 1 minus p over n?
I'm using our confidence interval max minus the min over 2.
So using 0.95.
So
Sorry, you froze.
spreadsheet,
Yeah.
and then in the one proportion z-test down at the bottom, it has our confidence interval.
Okay, so you're just using 0.640 and then 0.860.
Yeah, so I'm figuring it out from there. So that's what I've got there for that question.
Yeah.
So for that one, I got 0.109 or 1.120.
From plugging it into the equation for us.
Yes. 0.120. Is that not what you got?
I got 0.11.
Oh, I don't know why I rounded like that, but that is correct. I got what the math says is 0.1095. So you're right. I don't know how I did that.
Okay.
But the lower bound is just 0.640 and 0.860.
The lower and the upper bound.
What was 8?
0.640.
6.40.
And then number 9 is 0.860.
0.8. Okay.
Right there.
I actually put my decimal points in the wrong spot.
Yeah, so if you can see on my screen, those are our 8 and 9.
And I have question number 10. If you increase the sample size from 60 to 80, what will you expect to happen in the Y conference? I think that's going to stay the same. It's not C, has to be B.
No, I'd say you're going to, the larger your sample size, the smaller your margin of error is going to be. So the smaller your confidence interval will be. So it's a decrease.
EJ,
Yes.
for number 11, I know we're just about to do that, but I've been struggling with these questions.
Okay.
So could you walk me through the logic of doing, like, calculating this?
All right. So to conduct a hypothesis test for one proportion, two requirements must be met. Suppose P equals 1/2. What is the smallest? N can be equal to 10, and N times 1 minus P is greater than or equal to 10, right?
Yes.
Okay. If I look and I roll my eyes, it's because after it takes a while to respond, it's because I think my computer's freezing again.
It has frozen several times, but I'm
Yeah.
got everything still.
Yeah, but if you see me roll my eyes due to silence, it's because I think my computer froze. Not
Fair
that
enough.
I'm rolling my eyes at you. Okay.
That's fair.
So I'm just going to make this an equal sign, make it easier to think because it's easier to work with that. So we don't know what our N is, but our P is equal to 0.5 or 1/2. And if we do that on this side, we'll get the same thing because 1 minus 1/2 is 1/2.
Right.
So we just divide both sides by 0.5, which is the same as timesing by 2, and so we get our N is equal to 20. And that will be the smallest N we can get. So if you want to check that out, just plug in 20. Well, let's not do 20 because that's what we just got. Let's try 19. Does 19 satisfy it? Times 0.5 gives us 9.5, which does not fit our requirements. And you can try the other way around. 21 times 0.5.
It'll be 10.5. Mm-hmm.
All right, it froze again. So did you get that?
Yes, I did follow that.
Okay.
So now number 12 is it my turn?
It's number 11, 20.
Yeah, number 11 is 20.
What was the small sentence? So number 12 is my turn.
Yep.
Well, in this case, we know P again. So I want to see. Let's see. So basically, I'm doing 0.1. How'd you put 10 on the other side? That's my one question.
That's the requirement. It has to be greater than or equal to 10. That's what we're checking against.
So all I do is I do equals 10 divided by 0.1.
Yep.
And so I got 100.
10 divided by 1. Says, okay, number 13. Am I up for number 13 now?
Hold on a second. There's something I want to just go over real quick with that.
Okay.
Last one. I'm just writing it out real quick.
By the way, thank you, teacher, for always being willing to explain my questions.
Yeah, not a problem. And so, one thing when we have both of these, you really only need to check one of them. So basically, if your P is less than 0.5, you use this test. And if P is greater than 0.5, you use this one. And if it is 0.5, you can use either. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Because if you have n times 0.2, that would give you n times 0.8 over here. And that'll be obviously 4 times bigger than that. And if that's bigger than 10, then 4 times that is bigger than 10. Whereas if you do it the other way, and this is 8, and 1 minus 0.8, that one becomes a 0.2. And you use the same logic. If that one's true, this one's 4 times bigger. Does that make sense?
It does.
So you don't need to check both things all the time if you take account of this. And then you only have to do the test that will give you the smaller answer. Okay, we can move on, unless you have questions.
Nope, I'm good.
All right.
Because I know one of the questions. For the water quantity study in the reading, about 60% of the, I'm not sure how to say it, Dave.
Macroinvertebrate.
Macroinvertebrate water body infernal history has been associated with good health. The research subject in that water quality in the area has decreased. Because that a hyper test using alpha equals 0.05 hundredths, what the hybrid of HO P equals 0.6, HA P less 0.6. They collect the new data at this time. N equals 80 and X equals 38. Includes good health. The conditions for consenting a hypertest are satisfied. I'm guessing it's false.
So our N is 80. Before we can say that that is true or false, we need to determine our P. So our true value mean is our null hypothesis, so it's 0.6. So we would do the N times P, or 1 minus P, and check and make sure that that is greater than or equal to 10. Because that'll be N times 0.4, which is 80 times 0.4.
$38.
You want me to? I can just put it in this chair behind me.
So what did you guys get?
I think you froze up.
Okay. So we need to do our hypothesis test of the either N times P or N times 1 minus P. So which one should we use, guys?
and minus P.
And times 1 minus P?
Yes.
Yep. So Daniel, what did you get?
I got greater than, and
So I got 32.
Yep. And so since it's greater than 10, are we true or false?
Since it's greater, it's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. What is our P hat?
P hat is. I feel like every time I see a question, I have to re-look at the book. I don't have it memorized yet.
Okay, I'm back. What is our P hat?
Oh, I was just saying. I feel like every time I look at the book, I have to. Excuse me. I just need to enter the numbers in here. I don't know what I'm doing. P hat is 0.475. Is that what you got as well?
Yep.
what's the P value for this? Let's see, what is the P value for this?
The test statistic.
So the test excuse me, test statistic would be negative 2.282.
Negative 2.820.
Negative
Calculating that.
2.282. It's in the spreadsheet.
Huh.
It's RZ.
Oh, the Z. Mine says 4. Oh, what? It's because I don't have the null in that entered in.
Yeah, our null is 0.6.
Yep.
All right. Brad, do you see that? That's our answer.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
You have it on a less than, don't you?
I have what now?
You have it as less than.
Yes, because that is what our hypothesis test says.
And the p-value I have is 0.011.
That's what I got as well.
0, 1, 1.
0.011.
That's zeros. The 2 zeros. Okay.
So once again, Right.
Okay, that's what I got.
okay,
Second time around.
good.
What condition for this test? It rejects the null hypothesis.
A, we reject the null.
Yep.
Yay, I got that one.
And for 18, I have that there is sufficient evidence to conclude that water quality in the area has decreased.
Is that C? D,
It's
that's-
D.
D for cat. D for dog.
We ready to submit this one?
I am.
Okay, I'm going to click the submit button.
Yep.
100%.
Me too. Hooray.
Okay.
Victory.
Now I just need to take the
I missed one.
Hmm.
It let's see. It was number 7. Let's see.
You must-
Let me try to read. Take your offense.
So do you guys want to go ahead and design the study?
Let's stop this recording real quick.